crafty friends, how you doing? Crafting with LaCrusha coming at you with another whip and chat video. Well, with another video. Another video. Yes. Yes. So, let's get started. It's going to be a whip and chat. And you know what that means. I'm going to tell you stories about what's going on in my life. Mainly dog stories because these dogs, okay, those dogs, yeah, they should have their own channel. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So, let me tell you what I'm working on real quick. This is the Chuck Pinson. By the way, spoiler in case you're working on the Chuck Pinson mystery. This is what I'm working on. You might be able to see enough to tell what it is, so no spoiling it for everyone else, okay? Okay. So that's what the picture is. What am I working with? This is one of my latest pins from Vicky. She's over there at Lady Lathe. They make pins. This was her first segmented pin, and she sent it to me, so I'm like, yay. And let's see, I've got my, what is this, the Yellow Dog tray. I love these trays, okay? I love these trays. And the drills are there. This is, I'm using the Black Dahlia Putty. This is the Hubby Scent of the Month from May. Galactic Skies. It's in this pretty blue packaging. And then for ABs, y'all, go to Tracy's DP World and get these little frogs. Now, I think she's come up with some other characters, and I know she's come up with other colors because I saw a yellow one on someone's page. But it's like a little sponge. You put a little bit of water on it. It works great for ABs. Just saying. The other day I was messing with, working on this, and I had a whole bunch of ABs right in there, and they just would not stick. Went and got my little froggy. One of my friends told me, hey, go get your froggy. I'm like, okay. I'll go get my froggy and try out my froggy. So, y'all, I didn't think it would work. I got it because it was cute. It's cute and it works. I mean, come on. Yes. Got to have cute and work. Cute and functional, okay? Yes, got to have. Must have. So that's what I'm working with. Let's see. I have some colors picked out. Told you what kit it is. You know what kit it is. Okay, so let's get started because we got doggy stories to tell. I mean, because they're right down there. Yeah. So, we just got back from the park. I'm sorry. We just got back from you know where, doing a you know what, and they're kind of tuckered, so let's get the filming done while we can, right? Right. Grab a swig of tea, or I think this is Kool-Aid. Yeah, this is Kool-Aid, the sugar-free Kool-Aid. But there's tea in the fridge. Grab you some Kool-Aid. I'm going to grab a sip. Yep, that's my cherry slush Kool-Aid. Oh, cherry limeade, y'all. By the way, if you ever want to get creative with Kool-Aid flavors, mix a lime with a cherry, you get cherry limeade, and woo, it's got a pucker to it. But it's good. Just FYI. You're welcome. Alright. So, how you doing? What you working on? Are you doing any, contests, DP alongs, yada yada yada, events? That's what I'm trying to say. Events. Are you doing any events? Are you planning on events? Because it's, God, we're in May already. Come on. I mean, oh my gosh. Where is this year going? It's going out the window is where it's going. Because my goodness, it's going... I'm already booking up my doggy sitting business for June, y'all. This year is half over almost. It doesn't seem like it should be. But yeah, we'll get on to the doggy sitting business in another section. Right now, let's talk about the doggies. Because, man, they got some stories. Like I said, they could be their own channel. And the computer mysteriously fires up next door. Okay. Somebody call the Winchesters. I got spooks in my electronics. But anyway, back to the doggy stories. So we just came back from you know where, doing a you know what, right? Right. So they're kind of tuckered. Yay, that's a good thing. I'm trying to get my exercise in, so, having two dogs, it kind of helps. Although it tuckers me out. I had to come home, take a shower, and rest a bit before I talk to y'all, so, But yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to get my exercise in, trying to get a little bit healthier. I'm trying, y'all. I got a doctor's appointment here tomorrow, and he not gonna be happy I'm still fat. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. Doggy stories. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, and I have my notes in front of me on my topics. I promise. See, they're right notebook right there. That does not mean I'm staying on topic, but I'm trying. So back to the place that we go. They do really good walking together. Mojo is a puller. The other one is not. Sadie is not. She walks very nicely. I don't have a flying lesson with her, so that's a good thing. Finally got her up on all her shots because the people that we got her from did not have her up on her shots. And, when you're going to like a public place like the PARK, you need them up on your shots because who knows everyone brings their dogs there, right? And they always pee and poop. Even though I pick up my dog's stuff, I have poopy bags on each leash, okay? But not everyone does this. In fact, I see very few people stopping. It's kind of irritating. But not everyone picks up their dog's poop. Yeah, that's going to be my rant for today. Pick up your dog's puppy poop. But anyway, so I had to get my new dog, up on her shots. So I got that finally. Got that all done. Yay. $200 later. It is so expensive taking them to the doggy doctor. Of course, I guess it's about as much as humans. I guess, I don't know. I don't have to go take parvo shots and whatnot, but, it is what it is, right? So, anyway, they're all doing fine. They are trying to learn how to escape the yard. Yes, no, my friend's dog is not giving them escaping lessons, so don't worry. As far as I know, they don't know how to Zoom. Let's hope they don't get that smart. I know I have two healers. For those that don't know, I have two healer dogs, a red and a blue. And, yeah. They're super smart dogs. And I'm hoping they don't get much smarter because then they will be Zooming and they will have their own channel because, let me tell you, they escaped the yard. I put them out in the yard, the other day and, didn't think anything about it. And so they got, they were barking and playing and whatnot, and somehow they had found a way under the chain link fence and got into the neighbor's yard and was playing with the neighbor's dog. Neighbor looked out and he had 3 dogs instead of 1 dog. And so anyway, he came out, shooed my dogs back under the fence that they had came out of, and patched up the fence. Now we have got to start working on the fence a little bit better because, yeah, I'm not happy with them learning that skill. We don't need to be escaping this. I have a big yard, okay? It's almost on an acre, and the backyard is all chain link fenced in, right? I mean, there's trees, there's flowers, there's branches to chew on, there's toys scattered throughout the yard. There's a doggy little swimming wading pool usually out there. Half the time they can splash water around, and I try to make it fun for them, right? Right. Well, apparently they wanted to escape. And so, yeah, the neighbor shooed them back in my yard, thankfully. And so I went out to check on them and bring them in, because I only leave them out there for a little bit at a time. And he was over there working on the fence. And I'm like, okay, why is he working on the fence? And so I went over there and told him, I was like, hey neighbor, how's it going? He's like, your dogs came under the fence. I'm like, what? Whoa, chill with the attitude. What's going on? And thankfully hubby was here that day. It was his day off. It was like Monday, so, I know, I'm a little bit late doing the videos. But anyway, so neighbor was working on his side of the fence, trying to secure it so they couldn't get under. He doesn't want them in his yard. I don't blame him. I said I was sorry, and I told him I'd keep a look on the dogs, and I would get Quincy out there to help him with the fence. And I was like, let me go in and I'll get Quincy because he knows more about how to do fences, and we'll see if we have any tools we can help with doing on our side. And so that's what the guys did, and I was really kind of worried about the neighbor's safety because he's, well, poor man's an alcoholic, and he was out there. It was funny, but it was sad. He was sitting there trying to fix the fence, okay? He was sitting there Indian style, cross-legged, trying to hammer these posts into the ground, and he was totally missing the wood with the hammer. And so, you know, we've been neighbors with him for the last 10 years, and his wife is super sweet. And he's usually super sweet. But, yeah, I was worried about his safety, so I went in and got hubby, and I was like, hey, neighbor is out there fixing the fence. The dogs went under it. Could you go help him and make sure he gets the fence fixed okay? Because he's slightly intoxicated and weaving and not hit, you know, he's weaving while he's, or not weaving, swaying while he's hammering. And he's already hammered, you know what I mean? Yeah, so here he was missing the peg, missing the wood. I wasn't sure he was actually going to be able to hammer anything, and I told Quincy, I was like, be careful because he's out there with the hammer and he might miss and hit you. Just saying. But Quincy went out there and helped him, and we're not really good friends with him, but we, you know, tolerate each other. And so Quincy went out there and helped him fix the fence, you know, and then he came in and we priced the railroad ties to get some more because there's a couple more that are busted that they could, you know, get through pretty easily. So we're gonna work on stages of fixing the fence here and there. Yay. Quincy priced, he went out there and measured how much length that we needed of fence making material, and he said it's going to cost us like $400. I'm like, oh shit, okay, we're going to have to save up and do this little bit by little bit. And he's like, that's fine by me, just get it done. I'm like, okay, so yeah. Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another, but dang it, we love our dogs. Well, I should say, I love my dogs. Because you know how I told you in a previous video that Sadie was the new dog, right? Well, yeah. She's kind of cabbaged onto me. And we didn't mean for that to happen, but, you know, then again, I'm the one here at the house. Quincy's working 12 plus hours in a day, so he's not really home. And, yeah. She's kind of cabbaged on to me. And now whenever she wants lovins, she doesn't go to him, she goes to me. She's going to have to go to him in a couple days because I got to go puppy sit here in another couple nights. Friends are going to St. Louis here in a couple nights, and they want me to stay at the house and watch the dogs in the house and, you know, just kind of keep an eye on stuff. So I was like, okay, I could use a break from the big cuddly dogs. Now I get small cuddly dogs. They're the two chihuahuas I puppy sit for all the time, so, you know, it's no big deal. And not my neighbor, but my friend that has the chihuahuas, he's like, you're always so good to us, and I'm like, it's no problem. You know, I hope he doesn't watch the channel because I really don't do that much with the dogs. They're pretty self-contained. They're potty trained. You keep the door open to the doggy yard, and they come and go as they please. They do their thing, and every now and then they come up, you know, like if you're watching TV, they'll come snuggle up with you, and, you know, you can toss a toy around, and they'll start playing with you, and they might even bring a toy to you to throw around, and, you know, they're just small little Chihuahua dogs, and they're cute. All I'm going to say. They're cute. So I really don't mind. Really don't mind helping out. And plus I get a break from the big cuddly dogs. Dogs, y'all, dogs. Okay, speaking of dogs, back to my stories of my two. So yesterday, it was yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday morning, actually, I went out there with breakfast because without the fence, I mean, the fence is there, but it's kind of worried about it being so secure. And so now I have two lawn chairs out there in the yard. And so I can go out there and sit in the yard and keep an eye on them, right? Right. Well, so yeah, I was out there and they were playing, and I was watching my redbirds. I have like a bush out there in the middle of the yard, has these cute little red berries on them. I don't know what kind of bush it is, but I have redbirds in it. Sadie found the redbirds. And she ate my redbirds. Yes, she is very fast. And apparently not bird friendly. Because she killed my male redbird. And then proceeded to bring me his lovely feathers that were still attached to his freshly bleeding body. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I had to bury my redbird in my flower garden. Anyway. So I was kind of sad about that. And then on top of that, Quincy, my neighbor right here on the other side of me, they are building a chicken coop. And my husband saw that and he's like, I want a chicken coop too. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Pardon my language. But I was like, oh, heck no. We are not getting a chicken coop. And he's like, but why? I want chicken eggs. I'm like, you can make friends, and we live in a farming town, okay? I made friends with an egg. I'll tell you the egg story later, but I found an egg lady, okay? I was like, I'm not putting up with chickens. I am not old man Miss McDonald here, you know? Basically, I'm the one here. I'm the one having to take care of the two dogs. The last thing I want is a stinky chicken house, and I'm allergic to feathers. So, yeah, I can't be near chickens. Leastwise ones with feathers on them. You know, I can be around the eggs. I can be around the chicken after it's processed, because I cook chicken all the time. But if it's live and feathery, I can't be around it. So I'm going to have fun with the neighbors, because it's like pretty close to our fence. I'm like, oh, you might want to move that. And I got talking to him last night, because it doesn't have a top on it yet. And I was like, they were just talking about leaving it open. And I'm like, I wouldn't leave it open. It's not that tall. They could fly over that. And, yeah, plus we have a resident owl. I was like, yeah, the owl in the neighborhood will get those chickens. Especially without a top on it. But, hey, they didn't believe me. I'll let them figure it out. Good luck, neighbor. If you come up with a whole bunch of dead chickens, don't come talking to me, because, yeah, I told you about Hootie. Hootie's the owl, by the way. She's been here for I don't know how long. We've had, I mean, she's not a pet owl or anything, but she's like living in the neighborhood. You can hear her all the time. You can see her a lot of the time. You know? And, oh, yeah. It's gonna be fun. And now Quincy wants chickens, and I'm like, no, I'm not taking care of the chickens. I am not taking care of the dogs and the chickens. And I was like, you didn't want to do that? You get me a farm. Yeah. I was like, you get me a little mini farm and we'll have chickens. Y'all. I seriously hope he does not go looking for houses. I may have just jinxed myself on that aspect, but I hope not. Any more A's? Do you see any more A's? No. Okay. Because you know, as soon as I put away this color, I'm going to find A's. But anyway, so that's the stories of the dogs. Other than, yeah, I think I told you that Sadie cuddles me all the time and not Hubby Wubby, and it's supposed to be his dang dog. Yeah. Yeah, she's taken up with me. Hubby don't like it. I'm like, oh well. Oh well. And I can't take her dog setting because, one, she hasn't met the other dogs. And you know. Then the friends told me, hey, don't bring your dogs over here. Okay, fine, I won't bring my dogs over here. They won't hurt your dogs, but okay, I won't bring them over here. Whatever. So, yeah. That's that. Now, what else do I have going on? Oh, yes, back to the egg lady. So, I was, my previous egg lady, egg people. A couple weeks ago, we had that tornado that came through. Remember the video I had that tornadoes come to town? Yeah. That tornado wiped out their house, their chicken coop, and part of their barn. So they are now living with their son, and he lives right up the road. His chicken houses got damaged, and he works for Tyson's or grows for Tyson's or, whatever. He raises chickens for a living, okay? But not now. Not now. He got to rebuild too. But it spared the house, so everyone's living in this house. But they're in the process of rebuilding, and it's going to take a year or so before they can get back with it. Because insurance and building things and finances and all the equipment they have to buy. Because oh man, it was a mess. It was a mess. I went by and looked at them and checked on them because I couldn't get a hold of them. I was worried because I knew that tornado was close to them. I didn't think it was that close to them. Yeah, their house took a direct hit. I saw that house and I turned the corner. I was like, oh my God. It's gone. It was literally gone. It was just a thing of like a bomb had gone off and poof, house everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, that's how their whole farm is. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, are you guys okay? Are you guys, they're okay. They were in the cellar, storm cellar. Thank God for that. Oh my gosh. They'd have been in that house or that barn or with the chickens, they'd been dead. There's no way they could have lived through that. And they're getting older, and so they're thinking of, they're going to rebuild the house, yes, but they may not be going back into the chicken business. Because her husband has had some health issues, and I am doing the feather, right? Yes. Okay. I had to make sure I was doing the right symbol. So, they're both getting older. They may just rebuild the house back. And, not do the farming part of it. And, so, it is what it is. I hate to see that. Hated to hear that. And so I had to go out. I searched through Facebook and put out the feeler. I was like, hey, I need a new egg person. Who's got eggs, yada yada. Farm Fresh Eggs wanted. I had about 6-7 people respond. Finally met up with this one lady. And she sent me the weirdest message. She's like, I've got eggs. Just come over to the house. And I'm thinking, girl, I don't know you. Why are you saying come over to the house? I mean, I'll come to your house and get eggs. Have no problem. Send me the address. And she's like, no, we actually used to work together. Don't you remember me? I'm like, no. Now keep in mind, 8 years ago I was working. Well, 9 years ago. 8 years ago I was working, and that was before 8 years ago I had the meningitis, and it left me disabled with lovely brain injuries. So my memory is shot, okay? You guys know that. Obviously the way I ramble, right? Right. So, she gets up with me, and we meet up at the local DG, and, in the parking lot. And it's close to her house, close to my house, yada yada. And, so she meets up with me, she's like, hey, it's good to see you again, yada yada, and gives me a great big hug, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know you. I don't remember who you are. And she's like, yeah, we used to work at this one company together, and, she named off the company, and yes, I did used to work for that company. No, I don't really remember it too well, memory issues. And she's like, I've been wondering how you've been doing since you were sick, and, you never came back to work. Apparently she was like the front receptionist, and I just always saw her, but I never really talked to her, because I was in a different department. I was in the same building, going in and out. And I just never really paid that much attention to her, I guess. And, so yeah. We had a good conversation about, the kids are are growing up and trying to be cowboys and cowgirls, and she's got the little. Apparently, she used to come over to the house and once for Halloween, and she brought the little kid over, and she's like, now that kid's almost 16 years old, and she's wanting to do barrel racing. And she lives out in the country, so she can do this. She has a horse, okay? She's on a farm, so yeah. And I'm like, okay, well that's good. Good for her. I'm happy, and I'm sitting here trying to think. I still don't remember you, but okay. She named off the kids by names, and I'm thinking, no, I don't remember them. I don't remember you having a little boy. And she's like, yeah, that happened after you left. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, we got to chit-chat, and she's not working there anymore. She's working for the local hospital now. She even left that company. Of course, she kind of had to because, someone kind of sued the company. There was a huge lawsuit about, because whenever I got meningitis, I was at work, okay? And, yeah, it killed a couple coworkers, not just me. The company we were working with had a coworker come in with meningitis, and they thought it was just the bad flu, because sometimes it presents like the flu. Mine presented like an earache, so I was thinking I was getting an ear infection. And so I went to the clinic after work. I ran up to the doctor's office, emergency doctor's office after work, and got treated for an ear infection. And so I went to Walmart, got my medicine, came home, grabbed some supper, and went to bed. Right. Well, later that night, hubby came home from work. He was working night shift, and I had told him, I was like, hey, check on me when you get home because I'm taking some new medicine, and how new medicine, sometimes it gives you the weird after effects, right? And so he checked on me very sweetly, and I woke up and was able to tell him, hey, medicine's not working. I'm still feeling like crap. And he's like, well, okay, let's go up here to the hospital and get you checked out. I mean, I could hardly walk. Okay, my body was shutting down. It felt like, you can feel your body shutting down. Okay, it's scary. It's very scary. It was a very scary situation. And so he got me up to the hospital. And short term, like 3 weeks later, I was coming out of the hospital, out of the coma, out of the stroke. Yeah, everything happened, thankfully, while I was in the coma. So I don't remember any of it. But I'm still left with the after effects of it. So, yeah, and so here I am faced with this coworker that I really don't remember, and she's telling me things, and then she hits on a few people that I kind of remember, and, talks about some things that I kind of remembered, and it kind of, I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of remember that. Bits and pieces fall together. And anyway, she's my new egg lady. And she's like, I'm so glad, because she's like, I never really did get to know you, and then you were gone. And, you never came back. I was like, yeah, I almost died. No biggie, I just almost died. No biggie. And she's like, yeah, I'm not part of that company anymore either. I went to the hospital. They kind of closed the office down. Someone sued it. I'm thinking, sorry, because I was in on the lawsuit. It killed a couple of our clients, so yeah. But yeah. So yeah, it was good to get up with her and chit chat with her, even though I don't remember her, and now she's doing her thing and working on the farm and working at the hospital and doing her thing, so it's kind of cool. Goodness, what else? Like I said, my life has been rather busy. I enjoy the days like this where I get to breathe and work on my channel and have you come in for some tea or Kool-Aid or, whatever you might want to like. Bring your own drink if you want. I don't care. It's nice just to be able to sit here with friends and chit-chat. So, what's been going on in your neck of the woods? It's finally turned spring/summer now here. And, oh, let me tell you about my garden. My garden is growing, y'all. Not only has farmers markets opened up, but my garden is still growing. I have got the cutest little baby green beans. They're like yay high, yay high. And that microscopic little bell peppers. But they're just starting to bud out and they're just starting to grow. So it's just like, oh, I'm going to have green beans. I'm going to have bell peppers. I've already got squashes out there about an inch long. So, I keep looking for the tomatoes. They've already bloomed, but they haven't formed any tomatoes yet. I don't know about that. But I'm hoping I get some baby tomatoes because I like those. They're like the salad tomatoes, the little baby grape tomatoes. That's what I got. I got some yellow ones and I got some regular red ones. Cherry tomatoes. And, yeah. So I like eating those. It's a snack. I told you, I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying. I need to lose this weight. I don't want to be diabetic. I already know I am diabetic, but I'm trying to not go on insulin because I don't like needles. I had enough allergy shots as a kid. I don't want to mess with needles. No, thank you. I sure as heck don't want to take insulin shots. So, yeah, I'm trying to eat healthier. The garden is growing, which is good because I thought it would be dead. It has a frog living in it. I was watering them yesterday, and something started croaking. I'm like, what in the world? There's like a frog or a toad in my tomato bush container. I'm like, okay. Okay. I hope you like Little Rain. And he was out there having fun. I'm like, oh my gosh. Y'all. But yeah. I've been enjoying doing that. And that's on Saturday morning. That's the only day they have farmers market is on Saturday morning. Where'd they have it during the week? Back in Arkansas, we had it like 3 times a week. And we could always get fresh produce. Now it's only 1 time a week. And it's like from 9 to noon. So it's like a small window. And if you sleep through it or get busy and don't get up there, you just have to go to the grocery store. And it's just not as good. I want to go up there this next week, this next Saturday, coming Saturday, and I want to see if anyone has any fresh salad greens. I want a fresh garden salad. Farmer's Market garden salad. Yum. There's nothing better with the ripe of course, it's not quite tomato season, so they don't have tomatoes, but they might have the lettuce. They might have the lettuce. There's nothing better. And there's always like bakers. We have a whole bunch of Amish people, Mennonite people in the area. And so they're always baking baked goods. And last week I was up there and got some of these. They're like cinnamon rolls, but the lady called them morning buns. And it looks like a cinnamon roll, okay? For all intents and purposes, it's a cinnamon roll with a different topping. So instead of the glaze that they usually put on the cinnamon roll, they put cinnamon sugar, like you would do for cinnamon toast, cinnamon and sugar and sprinkled on top of it. Oh my gosh, good stuff, good stuff. Very bad for my sugar, but good stuff. Anyway, I got a container of those, and I still got some. I've got like 4 left. I can't eat a whole bunch of those. They really mess with me. Dang it, they sure do taste good going down. It's just like 30 minutes later, they really jack you up. And I told my husband, I was like, you're going to have to start eating these. He's like, why? I was like, they jack me up too much. He's like, just cut them in half. I'm like, okay. So I tried that this morning. I'm still jacked up because I can feel it. I can feel it. But I guess that's when I just get in here and work on my videos, right? Right. Oh, goodness. That, and I think Sadie has skin issue allergies. Okay, now, I've put her on flea medicine because I did find some fleas on her when I first got her, so I gave her a flea bath. Gave her some flea medicine. We use a chewy pill that they take once a month, right? So they've had their pills. And she's still itching. And I'm wondering if she might not have an allergy to food. I'm hoping not. But I gotta take her into the vet next week and get her toenails trimmed because, man, they're drawing blood. Got some sharp toenails for a dog. And so, yeah, I gotta get her for toenail trim and whatnot. And I need to ask them about that because, you know, it's like, okay, I've tried everything. I need to rack the brain of the vet. I've tried flea medicine. I've got them on the good flea medicine, you know, and I've given them baths, given them flea baths. Yes, I rinsed all the soap off. You know, even had a professional groom them. And I'm like, okay, they're still scratching. I mean, Mojo's not scratching, but she's still scratching. So I'm like, I wonder what the heck happened. So, I don't know. We shall see. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's just itchy. But that's what's been going on in my world. Leave me a comment down below. Leave me a little bird. If you make it this far, and honor my little red bird that Sadie tried to kill. Or, well, she did kill it, but, you know. In honor of my little red bird, send me a little bird emoji at the end of this video. If you make it this far, I would appreciate it. And, since we're still in May, I'm going to do my little mental health plug. Do something nice for yourself. Go enjoy a little thing. Go enjoy a Starbucks coffee. Go enjoy a walk in the park. Go enjoy listening to your music and just chilling and having some downtime and just, you know, go work on your hobby like I'm doing. You know, go do something nice for yourself. Enjoy a little thing, something that makes you happy. Maybe something that you don't get always to enjoy, like, you know, peace and quiet. Maybe a favorite movie. You know, go take yourself out to the movies. If there's anything good, watch. I don't keep up with the movies, but, you know, I mean, do something fun for yourself. Enjoy something in life. Make a negative a positive, okay? I'm going to leave you with that since it's May Mental Month. Y'all, it's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster. I've had to deal with my mental health here, you know, here and there. So, you know, I know it's hard. I'm here for you if you need me. Anyone needs to chit chat, holler at me, okay? Because, you know, I'll do what I can to chit chat. But I'm going to change colors. I need to pick me up another couple symbols. And I'm going to leave you with this. I love you. And do something fun today. Let me know down below what you do something fun for yourself today. Like, share, subscribe my channel. It's free. It's fun. Hopefully you've had fun. I'm going to go. I'm going to run and make some more videos. So I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.